Sønderborg. Hej Mia. Hey, what up? Så er du her. Er rumvæsen ikke live? What the fuck? Nej, han er ikke live. Oh my god. Men han er noget 900 bits. Han har været live. Jeg har set, han har været live, Mia. Og Rivmok har ramt 100 subscribers. Har du set en ny video på Rivmok, Mia? Ikke den her, men nu går vi ind på Rivmok. Sådan vi går til din body. KFC?
Paraffin? Ja, okay. Det er måske også godt. Skal vi starte? Vi er startet. Nå, vi er startet. Hvad så altså? Velkommen til. Men det her, vi skal lave mukbang. Kan vi sige mukbang? Endelig kan jeg sige det. Og rivmok. Smoky barbecue. Og deres originale. Pom. Ja. Pom. Det er rigtig kartoffel. Ja, det er rigtig kartoffel. Mm-hmm. Ikke som McDonald's. Nej. Fuck, der er meget det her. Der er meget køligt. Det er ordentligt. Det er fucking godt. Kan vi prøve deres dressing?
Du vil bare misforstå det, hvad, Thomas? Og det er ikke helt frit. Ja, det er rivmok.
Jeg ved ikke, om vi tager den fra den samme. Vi vil bare spise. Det er godt i morgen. Hvad?
Det er bare i orden, Mia.
Jeg har fået sådan kartoffelmos. Så det er så frøet. Det var imponeret. Det var skal jeg se det. Coleslaw? Ja. Men hvad fuck? Man kan godt tage coleslaw. Nej. Kan man også? Nej, jeg gør ikke. Bare i hvert fald er ikke så klar. Er coleslaw bedre på frøller? Nej. Nej. Det er fedt. Det er godt til... Er der andet hernede? Ja. Er det tops? Er det kylling? Wow. Jeg tror, det er kyllingpopcorn eller sådan noget. Ja.
Hvad så, Sofus?
Ja, vi snart tømt den kylling der, så du kan vende tilbage. Ja. Det smager også godt. To mukbang for en dag. Ja. Let's go. Det bliver faktisk en fed KFC, det synes jeg. Ja. Jeg var inde på Rådhuset til at spise KFC en gang, ikke? Det er også beskidt. Men det er også mange år siden. Ja. Giv alle restauranter en chance, så skal de starte. Har givet. Max.
Asmus hader Max.
Det var så hype for det med der. Så skud på det der. Brød er en top. Hå? Brød er en top. Ja, den var flere år. Alle fortjener en chance. Ja. Det har jeg altid sagt. Det har du sagt, så det kan jeg jo faktisk ikke gøre det her. Hver gang. Ja, du skal give Max en chance, så det er okay. Må det være milkshake? Ja. Jeg synes, vi skal blive færdige. Vi kan ikke lade være. For det er det godt.
Ja, okay.
Det er ikke det. Det er mest rigtig kylling. Det er jo ikke syntetisk kylling.
Syntetisk kylling.
Det her er kylling i en burger. Det her. Jeg elsker fried chicken. Ja. Jeg synes, det er godt. Hvad er det sure af det? Hvor er det sure? Det er ikke sure. Så man drikker den der med tøj, så man drikker den der med sådan her. Jeg vil sende Pepsi. Ja, på den. Bare noget. My god. Lækkert. popcorn. Det maler faktisk meget godt.
Ja.
Altså, det er ikke ubehageligt med, men det er god, det ligger godt.
Den største af dem, den kan du ikke blive færdig på.
Prøv det.
Den er ordentligt stor.
Fuck. Det er ret fedt. Det var dejligt.
Det er helt normalt.
Det er ikke så store pomfritter. Men det,
Men der er mange.
ja.
Nå ja, nu vil jeg også med jo.
Ja. Men det er sjovt, kan du sige, i Greve. Det var sgu meget lækkert.
Ja.
Så håber jeg også, at vi skal købe proteiner. Men vil du så træne nu? Altså, det er ikke som i McDonald's, ikke, hvor du bare har lyst til at ligge og slappe af bagefter, ikke? Her får man energi, fordi det er protein, det er rigtig kylling. Jeg har købt sige, at Japan er sindssygt. Ligesom der er brugt det for KFC, KFC på mad, som vi siger.
Ja.
Det er bare skrive mig godt, men det er helt lidt mukbang. Der er noget, jeg spist det samme nogle gange.
Ja. Den er god.
Ja, den er god. Nå, det er min telefon, jeg skulle Jeg var lidt bange. Jeg har glemt den derinde, men det vi optager jo. Lad os spise på det.
Vi er i gang.
Ja, vi er i gang. Jeg tror, vi kan spise så meget mad på et par minutter.
Ja.
Vi har kun spist i 10 minutter.
Jeg er født viking, der her.
Er den der? Okay.
Jeg er født viking.
Jeg er ninja.
Det er bare fisk.
Ja.
Det var fordi, jeg er fra Nordland af.
Ja.
Som born viking.
Jeg er en ninja viking. Jeg er en ninja, der er født i de jorden. Det er sugerør. Det er færdigt. Ved du hvad jeg gør? Jeg gør lige sådan her.
Ja.
Det skal bare spises. Det skal ikke gå op i baby. Ja, røg hovedet.
Det er en strawberry.
Nej, det er en strawberry.
Men små, det er de.
Ja.
Men det er sgu ikke engang. 30 cm. De skal medium i...
Det er medium i.
Ja, i maven.
Ja. Det er da fint.
Ej, det er næsten ikke. det er næsten så som mængden.
Ja, okay. Eller...
Nej, sådan er det bedre end det her, synes jeg.
Bare sådan er det bedre.
Der falder det af.
Ja.
Sådan er det for god.
Skal jeg lige prøve her? Sådan var sindssygt. Vi brugte lige sådan som i går, ikke? Fuck, det var godt. Fuck, det var godt. Det var en god milkshake.
Det er kun sådan noget restaurantmusik, der nærmest over på det.
Ja, præcis. Men jeg skal sige, det smager lidt med McDonald's milkshake.
Ja.
Det smager godt, men sådan så der bare lidt
Det er sådan ærgerligt. Men det er godt drikkes.
Ja, ja. Det er jo ikke forfærdeligt. Det smager godt, men... Man er jo håbet på noget bedre.
Ja.
Men det er jo en fastfoodskæde, så man kan ikke forvente for meget.
Nå, skal vi lige køre lidt mere?
Og mere. Shit, Mia. Du er tilbage. Den her ved du har set mere. Du håber bare, der var en banger i den video.
If he fucking vetoes this bill, he's getting busted on.
Klar til gys. Vi tager dem en af gangen, Mia, okay? Vi tager dem en af gangen. Mia. Mia. Jeg har ikke lyst. Jeg har faktisk ikke lyst, Mia. Ej, jeg skal nok. Jeg fik set Shiny-film. Og hvem er det, Mia? Mia, det er bare for sjov. Horror movie. Har det forkert? Hvor fint er det, Mia? Er det The Wolfman? Er det den her? Skal vi længere ned måske? Ja, det er min egen stream, men ja. Lars Andersen. Mia, jeg kan ikke finde den. Okay, jeg venter. Så lige på den. Jeg har lidt musik imens.
I needed you, I think God sent me. Gave me a heart, I said don't tell me. She said don't break my heart, I said don't let me. I don't even try, no they won't get me. Yeah, these rusty, I've been on the road steady. Nowadays I don't need nobody. It's easy, I don't even know many. Don't even get me time. Forget I get this bread in my meantime. Making plays, we don't even get weed time. With a blood, bitch, I always get treat time. Every day we don't gotta agree. Nah, I'm better. Fuck it, I fly you to me, sky letter. Don't know who you wanna be when I met her. Told me a nigga won't be beside.
Oh yeah, en varulv. En varulv. Mere er jeg ikke bange. Det er lyst. En ulv. En bil. En ulv. Jeg er ikke bange for ulv. En ulv. En stor ulv. Åh nej. Det er spit. Jeg bliver selv til en varulv. gang kan hun ikke lade mærke til ham. En høne. Lad den høne være. Det er en smuk arm. Mia, hvor våger du? Du skal holde øje med dem. Nu vil du gerne have det kagen. Hvad mere? Soon. Vi har tid til optagning. Det er jo det tide. Fandme også på tide. Jeg vil have noget kaffe. En munch. Det er op til Mia. Vitamin, shiny portuguese. Det hele med. Det hele med. Hele med.
Jeg vil have beatboxe.
Okay, Patrick, hvad skal du så nu?
Jeg skal så lære at blande kort.
Hvor meget tid er der egentlig tilbage?
Masser tid.
Shit. Yes. Hvad er den næste ting?
Stop. Jeg vil så lære danse robotten. Skal vi lige tage ud på hjørnet her?
Ja.
Jeg gør det.
Vis det til, at dem alle sammen.
Ja.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Den er godtaget.
Jeg siger, jeg skal lære at spille bold med fingre.
Start. Du havde den næsten. Må man sige, den talte? Okay. Det lignede ellers for noget tid siden, du havde den. Agtigt.
I hvert fald. Det er helt klasse op i.
det lignede i hvert fald, der var på et tidspunkt, hvor det
Jeg var meget tæt på at være det.
hvor Patrick ikke klarede det, men jeg ved ikke, om det tæller.
Må jeg lige se? Vi lige kigge lidt igennem. Og den talte. Tillykke, Patrick. Et point til dig til. Nu kan I stemme jer, hvis du skal prøve. Og du skal lave mad.
Ja, altså i Frode, eller?
Du er nok ret. Det tæller. Et point til.
Er du klar, Patrick?
Yes.
Skal du selv hvad det næste er, du skal?
Altså, næste jeg skal lære er at lave sådan en røgboble. Så.
Ja.
Okay, så tror jeg, det er fint.
Du var tæt på. Prøv. Måske en gang til.
Ja. Husk, at du må gerne give op. Det er helt okay. Den tager.
Den tager det.
Ja, værsgo. Jeg skal lære det om. Ja, ormen. Så skal vi lige.
Er det sådan, ormen er? Forsøg 2.
Skubber du din arm op? Ja.
Imens du ruller tilbage.
Jeg ruller tilbage.
Sådan vær sådan. Lign sådan en bølge, imens du ruller tilbage.
Jeg vil ikke godkende, hvis han ikke tager. Du vil være det. Vil du få det lidt senere, eller vil du give op det lidt senere? Vi vender tilbage på åben senere.
Beerpong.
Jamen, hvorfor det? Jeg er jo beerpongmester i forvejen, sammen med Asmus.
Godkendt.
Ja.
Okay, hvad er det næste træk?
At lære 5 spanske sætninger.
Gør den af.
Yes. Starter med den her. Mi canta cuento me llamas Silverita.
Hvad betyder det?
Det betyder det. Det betyder, jeg elsker det, når du kalder mig Signorita. Ja. Skal man lige høre, hvordan det udtales? Jeg gør det, det må man gerne. ¿Qué estás haciendo, hermosa? Det tæller.
Hvad betyder det?
Hvad laver du, smukke? Det var en til. Det er 2. De mangler 3 til. Det var Scalia. Ja. Det gustaría salir con la señorita Katja. Og det betyder, at du er med på date, frøken Katja.
Du har stadigvæk chancen.
Ja.
I her. Er det til slipret, som du kan se?
For helvede. Jeg har bare kaffe i 7 minutter.
Okay. Vi har ikke Markus med, fordi han fucking tager sin telefon! Så du vinder ikke den her gang, Markus. Det bliver også den her gang. Det bliver også den her gang, så fuck dig!
Dette er derfor I dag, der skal vi lave udfordringer til hinanden
Lige om lidt, Mia. Lige om lidt.
ved hjælp af appen iPuke. Til jer, der ikke ved det, iPuke er en drukspils-app, hvor der er alle mulige udfordringer i, som samtidig også inkluderer, at man skal tage tårer i sin drink ved siden af, altså shots.
Det næste er Free AM, og let me in, ja. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Og 6. Jeg bunder bomben bare, ja. rejsen. Man kan energi 5. Mennesker sådan mennesker. No. Lille Stitch. Bålsnak. Smoke talk. Jeg skal lige være sikker på, hvem.
Det er koncert.
Det er koncerten.
Der er ikke nogen. Der er ikke nogen. Der er ikke nogen tættere på fra Kælderum til Hellerup. Bum på min rute, men det gør ikke, at vi vender rundt. Baby, jeg vil hellere vugge i søvn, men kalender har ingen mellemrum. Hun kender rundt i 25 som minimum til vi rammer 1 million. Rus dukket ind i turbussen, telefon 7%, sætlist 20.000. Og folk er flade, som de fik en lusin. Se mig løbe det op til at rive en muskel. Det er hen i ingen blank, se mig helt en bror, vi heller ikke spare. Jude Bellingham spark. Jude Bellingham spark. Jude Bellingham spark. Og jeg med bror siden dag, kan ikke glemme hvor jeg fra. Lidet af en glidebane, jeg ved ro den er lang. Jeg ved ro den er lang. 1, 2, 3. Vi er ind i maps, ud at lave kron. GPS rot, har ikke set sol. Læg det kontant, helst under bord. Syd eller nord, jeg er ude at rive til jeg er jorden her. Ind i maps, ud at lave kron. GPS rot, har ikke set sol. Læg det kontant, helst under bord. Syd eller nord. Er det sådan? Er det ikke bare sådan?
Okay, men vi kan godt se 2. Vi kan godt se 2. For din skyld kan vi godt se en til.
Vores nye bitsortimenter består af 4 forskellige størrelser. Der er 3 varianter af den.
Det er Mia, der bestemmer nu.
Forms and surveys like this get responses like that. With Typeform, you can ask less.
No, I'll be back on my.
Mia, jeg har ikke lyst. Altså.
A great deal on the house.
Mia. Har du mindst tjekket den her? Because I don't really like spiders, Mia. Mia, I mean it. Mia, jeg fjerner lidt mørkt, hvis der er edderkopper i den her. Okay.
It's just me. Hey, thanks.
Wow. This place is huge. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later.
Hey. You here for the weekend?
Yep.
Crazy old bastard.
Okay, jeg stoler på dig. Ja, den var faktisk god. Det var god. Det var en god gyser. Det var bare en god thriller. Jeg ved ikke, om jeg er så bange for den.
It's 3:00 a.m. It's 3:00 a.m. It's 3:00 a.m.
ikke andet, de monster, de får. Så viser det, nu vil det vise mig, hvor meget Mia faktisk kan deal med. Mia, jeg har skrevet til dig.
Herford Italiano. Mamma Mia for en nyhed. Kun i limited edition. Kun hos Sunset Boulevard.
It's 3 a.m., you know.
Yeah, I know. What?
Mia bestemmer i morgen. Ja, sådan er det. Mia. Det er bare uhyggelig musik. It's 3 o'clock a.m.
It's 4 o'clock a.m.
Shit.
It's 3 o'clock a.m.
Jeg tror, det er bare outroen for ham.
It's 3 o'clock a.m.
Jeg tror, det er bare outroen. Men sådan er det. Jeg sidder og så den her video, men så var der edderkopper i, så jeg gad ikke se mere. Men den skal vi se.
In total, there are 50 Disney villains, both from movies and shows. And today, I'm gonna be ranking every single one of them, from worst to best. So let's start with the worst Disney villain ever and work our way up. Let's go! In last place, we have Hans from Frozen. Frozen is a classic Disney movie, and it has a lot of good things, like Let It Go,
Let it go!
Big Summer Go Out. But then you have such a stupid villain. He's so stupid. Like, the way he revealed himself is so stupid. Because it wasn't necessary at all. He could have just given Anna the kiss and said, oh, I guess the spell isn't working. And then that would have been it. His plan would have succeeded. But the thing that makes me even more mad is the scene that happened right after.
Princess Anna is dead. She was killed by Queen Elsa, her own sister. At least we got to say our marriage vows.
Like, his whole plan would have completely failed if just one person went inside and checked on Anna. Also, in German and Dutch, we have this thing called a Hanswurst, which basically means a clown. And I think that this guy fits the title just beautifully. At number 49, we have Don Bellwether from Zootopia. Don't get me wrong, Zootopia the movie is fine. The fandom is a little questionable, but when it comes to the villain, it's just not good. It's not good at all. She just kind of shows up out of nowhere at the end of the movie with the same guys that Nick and Judy just fought like 5 minutes before. Also, these guys are just Walter and Jesse from Breaking Bad. And then after she shot Nick, she even has the audacity to start monologuing. Like, why do this? You're gonna delete them from life anyway. So who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
Why do this? Why do this to me personally? Let's hope that Zootopia 2 is gonna have a better villain, because just looking at this makes me genuinely sad. At number 48, we have Robert Callahan from Big Hero 6.
That was his mistake.
Robert Callahan was a pretty fine villain before he took off the mask. Because it made absolutely no sense that Callahan was the one behind the mask. Like, they could have put anyone behind the mask and it would have made more sense. Also, you can just tell that they really tried to make him, like, deep and dark. But it just didn't work. It didn't work. Also, the way that he was defeated was just kind of unsatisfying. Because he just runs out of nanobots.
Embarrassing.
And then he gets put into a cop car. Which is just so basic. I mean, you're Disney. You are known for your brutal villain deaths. Just someone tell this man to keep his mask on and we're good. That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the At number 47, we have Madame Medusa from The Rescuers. Most of you probably don't know her since she's from a pretty old movie. But all you really gotta know is that she's just a bit of a nothing burger. Like, she wants a diamond. That's kind of it. I just felt absolutely nothing watching this movie or this villain. You're nothing. You're nothing. You are nothing. Eventually, she got eaten by her crocodiles, which is one of those brutal Disney villain deaths. And you better get used to him, because we're gonna be seeing a lot more of him in this video. Like, a little bit too much. Like, way too much. There are so many of them. At number 46, we have Governor John Radcliffe from Pocahontas. He's so British it hurts. I'm very unaware this is my last chance for glory. All he really cares about is glory and gold. Now, I ain't saying he gold digger, but it's really all he cares about. He even sings a song about it. There wasn't really anything interesting about him. Oi, I guess we could say he wasn't really my cup of tea, innit? At number 45, we have the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. So we got two versions. We got the real life version and we got the animated version. But they're pretty similar in the fact that they both scream a lot and execute people on the spot. Or so I thought. I'm never gonna get caught. Look at this, had I just bought. But I don't really like him that much because anytime they get mad, they just throw a tantrum. They're like literal children. Right, kids? At number 44, we have the Evil Queen from Snow White. The Evil Queen is a classic Disney villain, but I don't really see why. I mean, she got so insecure about her looks that she recited to murder. Please, nobody tell this woman about Instagram. Oh no, wait, never mind. She fell off a cliff and died. Yoda! I guess we're good then. Right, kids? At number 43, we have the Horned King from the Black Cauldron. You probably don't know him, but he's like literally the devil. Like, this guy is straight up nightmare fuel. But the only reason he's evil is just because he wants to, I guess. I don't really like that. But for real, I've never seen anything with a scarier design than this. I'm joking. At number 42, we have Derek from Milo Murphy's Law. Derek is our first villain from a Disney show. And even though I think that the show is pretty good and it definitely deserved more seasons, I don't think that Derek is all that interesting.
Oh yeah? You and what army? That army!
Like, he's just a time-traveling pistachio monster that wants to take over the world. You know, nothing too crazy. Alright, it sounds a little weird, but keep in mind this whole show was just a bit of an acid trip.
Did you get them?
Oh yeah. They're right here in my hand.
There's nothing in your hand.
Look closer.
Ow!
At number 41, we have King Magnifico from Wish.
Oh, wait.
This was for the 100-year anniversary of Disney, so I expected something pretty good. They were even hyping up the villain, saying that it's their most evil villain yet. So me, a guy who loves villains a lot, was hyped. At first he was fine, but then he started singing his song. Yeah.
All I really want is just a little respect. And this is the thanks I get.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
And also later in the movie when he got possessed by an evil book, his entire character just got thrown out the window. Because now he doesn't even have a motive anymore. It's just, ooh, evil book. At number 40, we have the chairman from The Ghost and Molly McGee. He never speaks and he only makes a couple appearances in the show. But even that's better than these guys. Ugh. And also this guy just has massive aura. At number 39, we have Tekka from Moana. Is she even a real villain? I mean, she's only mad because somebody stole her heart, which is completely understandable.
Boat snack.
I can still remember how mad I was when Croissant stole my kidneys. We had a serious talk after that. At least Tekka got her organ back and everyone lived happily ever after.
Mir klar.
At number 38, we have Maleficent from The Sleeping Beauty. Here we have another villain with just amazing aura. But this is another villain that's evil just for the sake of being evil. And for that reason, I'm out. Also, she curses Aurora to die if she ever pricked her finger on a spinning wheel, which is so specific and random. That's like me saying to you, you will die if you go to Burger King. At number 37, we have Doris from Meet the Robinsons. Doris was an evil AI from the future that went back in time to mass produce herself and take over the world. And she succeeded for like 5 seconds before her inventor said, I'm never gonna invent you. And then she just ceased to exist. The movie itself is actually pretty good, but the way it uses time travel is just so stupid. And also, Goop is not a villain. Goop is the GOAT.
Hey, Goop, what's up? Cool binder. Hey, Goop, wanna come over to my house today?
They all hated me.
At number number 36, we have Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. Cruella was a pretty threatening villain, but she could have made a much better plan. Like, she wants to buy their puppies, but she acts like a complete asshole.
You can't possibly afford to keep them. You can scarcely afford to feed yourself.
So of course they didn't sell them to her, which made her really mad, and she gets mad a lot in the movie.
You fools! Oh, you imbecile!
Hey, shut up.
And my computer has thousands of tabs open at all times, which makes it very messy. I needed a solution, and that's why today I'm here at the opera. Look how much cleaner my computer looks now. Wait, hold on. I misunderstood the assignment. Because you don't go to the opera, you download the opera browser. Now that I use Opera, which has those handy tab islands that group your tabs, it's much easier for me to find my most important tabs. And it looks so much cleaner, look at that. But Opera can do many more things, such as save your battery, beat my PR in bench press, and keep you company. How can Opera keep you company, you may ask? Well, with their AI browser, Aria, of course. Aria can answer any question I may have.
The fuck's got with Burn?
Are you allowed to take pigeon home from park? Maximum sentence, pigeon abduction, best place to hide pigeon from police, and can pigeon be named Frank? So if you fall under these requirements, then what are you waiting for? So click the link in the description and try Opera today, for free. Thanks to Opera for sponsoring this video. At number 35, we have The Sorcerer from Randy Cunningham, the 9th Grade Ninja. This is one of those shows where the main bad guy sends a lot of henchmen to kill the main character. But he always sends one at a time, and I never get that. Like, why not send all of them at once? Like it would have been so much easier. Like, it's not 1v1, it's like 200v1, just do that. Despite that, I thought that he was a pretty threatening and funny villain. And also, the way that he was defeated is just so funny to me for some reason.
It is over.
Good.
Thank you for freeing us.
Uh-huh.
Wow! Surprise ending!
At number 34, we have Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. This woman is like the smart version of Cruella de Vil. Like, the things she does are a little bit more cold and calculated. But despite that, she doesn't really have a good reason to be evil. She just is. And we don't like that. Do we, croissant?
Do we croissant?
At number 33, we have Chip Whistler from Big City Greens. I think he has a lot of character and he's pretty funny.
Remember that time you violently pelted that kid with tomatoes?
What? Yeah, that's right, baby!
But he's also pretty stupid. Like, none of his plans ever work. And he's not really threatening at all. Like, a literal child is able to beat him in a fist fight.
How are you so heavy?
And just like, nobody ever takes him seriously at all.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't.
At number 32, we have the Huntsman from American Dragon. Him and his clan are pretty threatening villains. I mean, just look at them. Like, I would be pretty scared of that if I saw that in a dark alley at night. Alright, so he wants to kill the dragons, but, like, he has no good reason as to why. Like, the entire time he's just, I need to kill the dragons. But like, why? Why do you need to do that? Can't you just, like, get another hobby? Preferably one that doesn't involve murder. Like, go do some horseback riding or something. I don't know what you want to do. I don't get. Why am I suddenly New York Italian? I don't know how this works. At number 31, we have William Bill Sykes from Oliver and Company. Bill Sykes, the science guy. This guy is straight up a mafia boss. Like, he looks he's about to make me an offer I can't refuse. This guy is like pure intimidation, and that's it.
This is your last chance.
Shit.
But he does have one of the most brutal villain deaths ever. At number 30, we have Clayton from Tarzan. I feel like they wanted him to be like a twist villain, but it was very obvious from the start that he was evil. powerful, because from the very start he was already searching for gorillas to capture them.
I do think the beast could be nearby.
But the thing that takes the cake is how persistent he is.
It's about drive, it's about power.
Like, he's willing to do anything to kill Tarzan in the end, which eventually leads to one of the most brutal villain deaths in Disney history.
I cannot believe my eyes.
At number 29, we have Alameda Slim from Home on the Ranch. Okay, so he's a pretty standard villain. He just steals cows and
There's a certified bangers.
All 33 Saiyans ranked from weakest to strongest, from Dragon Ball Z all the way to Dragon Ball Super. If you enjoy, subscribe, as this will be a long one. The weakest Saiyan on this list should be Hine, the mother of Goku and Raditz, as well as Bardock's wife. Hine is described to be unusual in terms of being a Saiyan, as while she is a low-class warrior, she seems to lack the aggression that is within the blood of their species, though she is protective of Kakarot and Raditz. Hine's power level hasn't been stated in any sort of official guidebooks or media, but we do know that she was part of Bardock's squad, with their power levels ranging in the few thousands, so that could be a good start. However, it's stated that she had to be constantly saved by Bardock whenever they were in a pickle, which means that Hine was either the weakest of the group, or her gentle personality made her unsuited for combat. But honestly, it could be both. Either way, as far as we know, Hine would be the weakest named Saiyan, aside from some unnamed Saiyans on planet Vegeta, which we don't know about. Next on the list would be Beats. And just a reminder that Beats is not to be confused with Beat, the Saiyan hero from Dragon Ball Heroes verse. Beats made his first appearance in Dragon Ball Super Broly, and we find out that he's a non-combatant Saiyan. Rather than fight with his hands and ki blasts, he's simply equipped with a ray gun. He's an engineer for the Saiyan race and is responsible for maintenance on space pods and ships, and is taken by Paragus with force in order to save Broly. In terms of power, Beats is also pretty weak, possibly even weaker than Hine, if you consider the fact that she used to be on Bardock's squad. When Beats uses his scouter to detect Broly's power level, it's at 920, which shocks the Saiyan, as he states that baby Broly's power level is even higher than his. And mind you, this was after baby Broly went back to base form due to previously transforming into a great ape, which would have made his power level a whopping 9,200. Tarball is actually one of the more interesting Saiyans, and he first made his appearance in the 2008 Dragon Ball special called Yo, Son Goku and his friends return. And this special takes place a bit after the Buu saga. It's revealed that Tarball is actually Vegeta's younger brother. He was sent away by King Vegeta due to having a low power level, and like Hine, lacking that natural Saiyan aggression, which makes them excellent warriors. Tarball made his way to Earth in order to ask for Vegeta's help in fighting against Abo and Kado, two aliens who are stated to be just as strong as Frieza was on Namek, but the exact level is unknown, as Frieza has multiple forms. Originally, I presumed that Tarball was in that sort of Namek Frieza power range, as Abo and Kado stated that Tarball gave them some trouble. But it actually makes more sense for the line to refer to Tarball's ability to escape, which is the whole reason as to why Abo and Kado followed him to Earth in the first place. The status quo is that Tarball is a weakling that was sent away, and this notion never really changes. He constantly has his beliefs challenged, such as Saiyans having limits, and needing to rely on crutches such as scouters to gauge someone's power. And both times he is proven wrong, when Goku first transforms into a Super Saiyan, or when it's revealed that Goku can suppress his power level down to a measly 5. So for all these reasons, that's where Tarball is ranked. In the 30th spot, we would have Raditz, Goku's elder brother and Bardock's first son. Raditz appeared in the first arc of Dragon Ball, where we learn that Goku is not only an alien, but he has an estranged brother. Raditz had a power level of 1,500, but never really used his full power until he stopped underestimating Goku and Piccolo. He realized that they could actually pose a threat to him via their techniques such as the Kamehameha and the special beam cannon. Despite Raditz being such a threat in the first arc, he had enough weaknesses that could be exploited. These include his scouter. As stated earlier, he was a slave to it, just like Tarball was, and believed it could dictate every battle for him, when in actuality, he couldn't fathom that certain species possessed different techniques that could pose a threat to him. Another of his weaknesses would be his tail. All Saiyans are born with tails that can be used to transform into giant ape-like creatures or simply a great ape. As long as they look at the moon or a source of light giving them the necessary blood waves to trigger the transformation, they can transform and gain a 10 times boost. However, it seems like Raditz was unaware of this technique, as only Vegeta has been shown to use it, as in the artificial moon. However, the tail has a weakness, as if it's grabbed, it will immediately weaken your body until it is let go of, which Goku exploited in his battle with Raditz, as he also had a tail in the past, which was exploited. Aside from Gine, Fascia was the only female member of Bardock's squad, and quite frankly, the only other female Saiyan we've seen in the series. It's clear that among the other Saiyans, she's one of the more level-headed and honorable ones, though that ruthlessness and combat skill is still deeply ingrained within her. As for her power level, it can be a bit contentious. You can either use Dragon Ball Cardass as a reference or analyze the Bardock special, specifically the battle on planet Kanassa. Dragon Ball Cardass is a trading card series made by Bandai in 1991, made and only released in Japan. Fascia's card states that she has a power level of 2000, while it's in the Bardock special, she isn't injured by any means up to the Battle of Kanassa, yet Shugesh gains a scar on his cheek despite being in his Great Ape form. Shugesh is another member of Bardock's squad, and I stated earlier was the only one injured on planet Kanassa. This would make you think he's weaker than Fascia, yet in Dragon Ball Cardass, he has a power level of 4,200, literally double that of Fascia's power. So, as I said, it's really up to you. If you think Dragon Ball Cardass is more reliable, then Shugesh would be stronger than Fascia. However, if you think that the Bardock special is more reliable, as everyone on Kanassa was at full power via their Great Ape forms, then Fascia should be stronger. However, the next two seem to be more accurate as the power levels line up, as well as their performance in battle. Bulgo is another member of Bardock's squad, who went uninjured on Kanassa, but died when he was jumped by Dodoria and his crew on planet Me. We actually see that during the battle, while this Fascia and Shugesh were dead, Tora and Borgos were still alive. While this Borgos was killed in one hit, Tora was still alive, though barely. Borgos has a power level of 4,000 in Dragon Ball Cardass, while this Tora is at 5,000. Tora survived for longer than Borgos and didn't die in one hit, so Tora should be above Borgos. Cutting in between Team Bardock would be Paragus, Broly's father. Paragus was by no means a low-class soldier and was an established military colonel for King Vegeta, until his son was born. Broly at birth had even greater potential than Prince Vegeta, breaking all known records in Saiyan history and shattering King Vegeta's scouter, while this he was still in his nursing capsule. King Vegeta, out of jealousy and also fear of Broly's potential, would send him away to a remote planet known as Vampa. We wouldn't see Paragus again until 40 years had passed, and he was clearly past his prime in terms of power and looks. Chile's scouter measured Paragus's power level as 4,200, but as I stated earlier, this is an older Paragus, and it's more than likely that he's lost some power due to aging. At his prime, his power level should have been far higher. This would actually make Paragus's power level higher than Nappa, who had a power level of 4,000 in most guides. However, I believe Nappa's power should technically qualify as being higher, as after all, this list is based on the Saiyan being ranked at their absolute best from weakest to strongest. We then have Tora, the second strongest member of Bardock's squad, as he's only outmatched by the man himself. Tora had a power level of 5,000, as stated in Dragon Ball Cardass, and it's consistent with his showings in the Bardock special, as he's the only member of Bardock's squad to survive Dodoria and his crew. Mind you, Dodoria had a power level of around 22,000, and his squad members should be quite strong as they were able to damage Bardock, albeit he was distracted and caught off guard. And in Dragon Ball, even the strongest enemies can be damaged by weaker opponents if caught off guard. A bit off topic, but in the Bardock special, it's actually revealed that Bardock's red bandana is stained with Tora's blood and was actually a bandage that Tora kept around his arm. The small detail is quite bittersweet when you realize that every battle Bardock goes into is with that bandana on, and it's not just him fighting, but the other members of his crew, the blood of his crew. Nappa is a mid-class warrior who first appeared in the Saiyan Saga, but also made an appearance in the Bardock special. He's been around Vegeta ever since he was a child, and has constantly assisted Vegeta in taking over planets. Nappa isn't as intelligent of a fighter as Goku or Vegeta, and literally uses brute strength to win. And his destructive personality doesn't help, as he's intent on nothing but murder and mayhem as soon as he arrives on Earth. Despite his brash attitude, He is quite strong, as with a flick of his fingers, he's able to wipe an entire city off the face of the earth, with just a power level of 4000. However, the reason why I put Nappa above Tora and Paragus is that during his battle with Goku, he actually gets stronger, as first he gets absolutely styled on, as Goku is so fast that he can't even hit him, and Goku is able to literally flex off blasts from Nappa, with those same blasts one-shotting fighters like Piccolo. However, Vegeta yells at Nappa to calm down and concentrate, and once he does, Goku actually begins to have a bit of trouble. He's still able to dodge and evade Nappa, but states that this fight may take way longer to finish than he thought. And if you weren't aware, Saiyans literally adapt and get stronger mid-battle. Nappa becomes so strong that when he decides to target Krillin and Gohan, Goku has to use Kaioken to one-shot Nappa, rather than just use his own strength and speed to intercept him. So Nappa went from being no diff by Goku to being low, or arguably the middest of mid-diffs at his strongest when fighting against Goku. So with that reason, he's placed here. We then have Bardock, Goku's father, and one of the more well-known and beloved Saiyans aside from Goku and Vegeta. His resemblance to Goku is uncanny, aside from a scar on his face. Bardock was a low-class Saiyan in charge of his own squad, but over time he began to get stronger and stronger to the point of gaining Frieza's attention and supposed recognition. But what made Bardock so different from the other Saiyans? Did he just have crazy potential? Well, actually it's pretty simple. The Saiyans of the old generation had limiting beliefs and mindsets when it came to one's power. A Saiyan's potential and worth is determined from birth, depending on their power level. If they are born weak, they are either made low-class Saiyans or are sent to infiltrate other planets and eventually conquer them, like Goku was supposed to do to Earth. However, if they are born with higher power level than usual, they are granted the rank of mid-class or possibly even elite Saiyan. Despite being born a low-class Saiyan, Bardock basically grinded his whole life and kept going on missions. These missions were a constant battle of life or death, and every time Bardock came back, he was either half dead or on the brink of death. He would then be healed and recover, and he would always come back stronger. Bardock didn't even realize it, but he was actually abusing Zenkai boosts. These Zenkai boosts can range anywhere from 18,000 to 24,000 like Vegeta was after recovering from his battle on Earth, or even a staggering 90,000 to 3 million like Goku's was after recovering from his battle with the Ginyu Force on Namek. Bardock's power level was climbing so high that in the TV special, it stated that he was approaching the power level of King Vegeta, and he might eventually surpass it. This is where fans tend to get confused on the whole Bardock versus King Vegeta matchup, as it's unofficially stated that King Vegeta had a power level of 10,000, which is flat out wrong. We don't know King Vegeta's power level, but it's stated by Vegeta himself in the Namek Saga that as a child, his power level was even higher than the King's. If we use the Daizenshu statement, then King Vegeta should be above Bardock. I don't even think Bardock actually got a Zenkai post-Dodoria fight, as he escapes Planet Meat, crash lands on Planet Vegeta, and is literally crawling his way back to the other Saiyans to warn them. Though, the specifics of Zenkai boosts seem to change, as despite not physically healing, Saiyans have gotten stronger by simply surviving near-death battles. So if you believe in that statement more, then Bardock would be above King Vegeta, as King Vegeta died before Bardock, which would make Bardock the strongest Saiyan on planet Vegeta before he died, which would then transfer over to Vegeta. Though there is a add-on of the Bardock TV shenanigans and plot holes, specifically when it comes to the final fight. Bardock is sent back in time and arrives on planet Vegeta before it was known as planet Vegeta, and fights against Lord Chilled, Frieza's ancestor. Bardock is shown to not be strong enough to fight Lord Chilled, but he begins to get enraged when he is reminded of how similar Chilled is to Frieza, and after remembering his fallen comrades, he gets even more angry and transforms into a Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan Bardock is able to low diff Chilled, and before Chilled dies, he tells his soldiers to spread the legend of the Super Saiyan to his ancestors, which is supposedly how Frieza knows of the transformation. But Bardock was the one to fight Frieza all those years into the future. So it gets confusing because, like, how would Frieza know about the legend of the Super Saiyan if it was Bardock in the past? Even though Bardock is right in front of him. Regardless, it's supposed to be a fan service movie, so I guess it shouldn't be taken too seriously. But if you believe that episode of Bardock is canon to the OG TV special, then it should act as a continuation and further increase Bardock's power to the point where he's above King Vegeta, even in base form, as upon waking up on OG Planet Vegeta, he's been healed and has been recovered. There isn't much to say for King Vegeta, as I've already covered him when going over Bardock. His placement depends on what you consider as canon and factual. If you believe that the TV Bardock special has a continuation, then Bardock is above him. So if you believe that Bardock got a Zenkai after his battle with Dodoria, then he would be above King Vegeta at his peak. But if you consider that as non-canon, then King Vegeta Vegeta should be above Bardock, but regardless, he'd still be below Prince Vegeta, as it's stated by Vegeta that he had surpassed his father as a child. Turles would be next, and it would be above the likes of Bardock and King Vegeta. He's a low-class Saiyan who strangely looks a lot like Goku, and some fans jokingly refer to him as the original evil Goku or OG Goku Black. He makes his first appearance in DBZ Movie 3 and invades Earth with the intention of using it to grow his Tree of Might, and uses its fruit to gain even more power. Goku, despite using Kaioken times 10, which would put his power level at 300,000, Turles was still able to overpower and outspeed him, though was defeated by Goku after he absorbed the energy from the Tree of Might and created a spirit bomb that one-tapped Turles. Though Turles' power at his peak was incredible, as after eating one fruit from the Tree of Might, he's above Kaioken times 10 Goku with a power level of 300,000. But before his death, he eats another fruit, which would put his power level at first form Frieza levels of power, possibly even above if you account for the power boost he gained from eating the first fruit. Yamoshi was the original Super Saiyan that appeared many years ago before the actual story of Dragon Ball even begins. He was stated to be unique for a Saiyan, in the sense that despite belonging to such a brutal and cold-hearted race, he had a righteous heart. He started a rebellion with 5 other Saiyans with righteous hearts like himself, but was cornered by all the other Saiyans. After all his comrades were lost in battle, he became enraged and transformed into a Super Saiyan. His powerful transformation and fearsome fighting style shocked the other Saiyans, but he was still killed after wearing himself down due to not having a perfect grasp on the Super Saiyan transformation. Yamoshi's spirit would wander, and in search of 6 pure-hearted Saiyans just like himself and his fallen comrades, he would find that in Goku and his friends many years later after they performed the God Ritual, which would result in Goku turning into a Super Saiyan God. Despite Yamoshi's power level never officially being stated, it should be higher than everyone on this list, as Yamoshi was not only strong enough to fight against all the other Saiyans, probably coming at him at the same time, but he was strong enough to actually become a Super Saiyan. It's actually a misconception that you need to just go through trauma or the death of an ally to become a Super Saiyan, as some fans question why Goku didn't become a Super Saiyan all the way back in OG Dragon Ball once Goku found Krillin's body after he had been killed by Tambourine. It's stated in the Daizenshu that a Saiyan needs to have a certain power level to even be strong enough to handle the power of the Super Saiyan transformation, and for good reason, since the form absolutely makes every other technique in Dragon Ball aside from higher tier forms absolutely fodder, such as Kaioken, Kamehameha, or the Destructo Disc. The form gives the user a 50 times multiplier on top of their base power, so it absolutely makes sense as to why you need a certain level of strength to handle its power. Goku all the way back in OG Dragon Ball had a power level of 180 after the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, making him equal to Tien. Now compare that to his base power level of 3 million when he was on Namek and you'll get my point. In the 19th and 18th spot, it'd be Goten and Trunks. By this point in the story, they should be equal, but their actual power is really contentious. Originally in the Buu Saga, Trunks was actually stronger than Goten due to being older and having a bit more experience than him, but Goten's potential is ridiculous as he actually forced a rusty Gohan to try, and was so powerful and prodigious that Gohan stated in his head that if he didn't get serious with his training, he would eventually be surpassed by Goten and Trunks. They would primarily rely on fusion during the Buu Saga, so we don't get to focus on their individual power as much, but it's clear that they are among the weakest, as they are nothing compared to even Fat Buu. His weakest form yet. Later on in Dragon Ball Super though, at least in the manga, they have to protect Android 17's island for 48 minutes, whilst he participates in the Tournament of Power. It's revealed that some Cell Juniors survived, and Super Saiyan Goten and Trunks seem to fight evenly with the Cell Juniors, and these Cell Juniors are even stronger than the original ones, which could bully Grade 2 Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, the other humans, and even Mastered Super Saiyan Goku. There's also the Daizenshu statement of the Cell Juniors supposedly being close to perfect cell and power, but it's both arguable and contentious. Now, this is very surprising, but if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you kind of understand this. While his cell doesn't physically look like a Saiyan, he has the Saiyan cells thanks to Goku and Vegeta's genes, which still makes him part Saiyan, so he could technically qualify as like the Saiyan humans. Cell started off being weaker than Piccolo, who had become a Super Namekian after fusing with Kami, putting him above Super Saiyan Goku and even Super Saiyan Vegeta. Cell would escape his battle with Piccolo and go on to absorb countless humans, with their life force being enough to grant him power even greater than Piccolo's. The same Piccolo who was equal to Android 17. Imperfect Cell would then absorb Android 17 and become semi-perfect, and become so powerful that only a Vegeta who spent a full year training inside the Hyper Time Chamber could surpass his power with the Grade 2 transformation, or Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta was far above semi-perfect Cell, and could tank his attacks, causing Cell to target Vegeta's ego by telling Vegeta that if he achieved his perfect form, he could defeat him. Vegeta, desperately wanting a better fight due to his Saiyan genes, would allow Cell to absorb Android 18 and become perfect, which was Vegeta's biggest mistake. Perfect Cell was so far above Vegeta that he could tank any attack Vegeta sent his way, and even a charged up Final Flash was only able to blow off half of Cell's body, which he could easily regenerate from. Even Future Trunks, who hid an entirely new form that was beyond Grade 2 in power, was still no match for Perfect Cell. The only one who could defeat Perfect Cell was Gohan, who achieved Super Saiyan 2 with a rage boost after entering 16's death, and watching his friends and father being tormented and hurt by Cell and Cell Juniors. Super Saiyan 2, Gohan forced Cell to use his full power, which Gohan wasn't even impressed by, and Gohan literally no-diff Perfect Cell and was able to punch him so hard that he threw up Android 18, reverting him to his semi-perfect form, and with him becoming weaker. This is what led Perfect Cell to resort to blowing himself up in order to destroy the Earth and the other Saiyans. Before he can though, Goku sacrifices himself using instant transmission to teleport Cell to King Kai's planet. However, Cell was able to not only survive the blast, but gain a Zenkai boost and be able to copy Goku's instant transmission, becoming Super Perfect Cell. As he states that just like Gohan, he's powered up, which could mean one of two things. Either he also gained Super Saiyan 2, or he got a power up on Gohan's level, like some rage boost. I'd argue that it's the former, as visibly Cell has changed, as he now has an even fiercer aura, and the electricity sparks that users of Super Saiyan 2 possess are there. And it seems more likely that, at least in the anime, Cell has some variation of Super Saiyan, as his aura, whenever he's fighting against Goku or the others, is yellow and all that. Super Perfect Cell is so powerful that he's able to damage one of Gohan's arms so severely to the point where he can only use one to fight. Though to be fair, Gohan did damage his arm by rushing in to save Vegeta without protecting himself, meaning that he was kinda off guard, but not really, so it's up to you. But Gohan was stronger though, as he was able to hold his own against Cell in a beam struggle while he's using half of his ki, while his Cell was using everything he had, and the moment he went full power was the moment that Cell lost. We then have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks from the Buu saga, who's actually far stronger than you remember. Goten and Trunks were already prodigies, but put their power together and you get crazy results. To start with, Fat Buu was already above every Super Saiyan 2, even Majin Vegeta, who got a power boost after letting Babidi use his magic on him. Majin Vegeta had to blow himself up in order to defeat Fat Buu. His regeneration was too strong to overcome, so Goku had to pull out an entirely new form that's 4 times stronger than a Super Saiyan 2 in order to actually overpower Fat Buu. But he didn't defeat him due to wanting to leave it up to the next generation. He'd go on to train Goten and Trunks in fusion, and they would train in the hyperbolic time chamber. They would soon be joined by Piccolo and Super Buu, which is the result of evil within Fat Buu taking over him. Super Buu was so powerful that he's absolutely slapped a Super Saiyan Gotenks and only got injured due to Gotenks' unique techniques. He's so powerful that he literally shouted his way out of the hyperbolic time chamber after Piccolo blew up the exit. Gotenks would then power up even further and reveal that he too, just like Goku, can use Super Saiyan 3, and would copy Buu's feat of shouting his way out of the time chamber. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is so powerful that he's able to surpass Super Buu, who's far stronger than Fat Buu, who Goku needed Super Saiyan 3 against, and later on in the manga wouldn't even bother trying to fight against Super Buu. So, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks over Super Buu, over Super Saiyan 3 Goku, over Fat Buu. Next up is Super Vegito, who's easily the strongest character in all of Dragon Ball Z. Vegito is the Potara fusion between Goku and Vegeta, achieved during the Buu saga. Base Vegito in the anime is so incredibly powerful, as he's able to fight and damage Buuhan to the point where it actually seems like he can defeat him in just base. The only point in time where Vegito actually struggles is when Buuhan throws an attack at Vegito, which threatens to destroy him. Vegito simply powers up more and kicks it right back at Buuhan. From here, Vegito just transforms into Super Saiyan. You also need to remember that even ignoring what is shown, based on the guidebooks, base Vegito is very powerful. It's stated in the Daizenshu that base Vegito's power is even greater than that of a Super Saiyan 3, which means at bare minimum, base Vegito got 400 times stronger. The boost is likely far higher than just 400 times though, as both Goku and Vegeta at their strongest could do nothing to Buuhan, yet when they merge into Vegito, they absolutely stomp him in base, especially when you remember the rival boost that should be applicable during the Buu saga. Super Vegito is able to no-diff Buuhan and even resist his transmutation hacks after he turns Vegito into a jawbreaker. He's able to retain his power, speed, and sentience, as he's able to still absolutely destroy. Goku is forced to teach Vegeta and Vegeta that existed at that point. There was the fusion dance which Goten and Trunks used, but Goku and Vegeta never specified, and if he were to gain the form by being unconfident when fusion was at the table, which outright means that Super Saiyan God Goku is far above Super Vegito. If you're still somehow unconvinced as the battle progresses, Goku actually drops down from Super Saiyan God to a regular Super Saiyan, worrying his friends as they believe he got weaker. We quickly learned that this isn't the case, and Goku actually got stronger as he absorbed Super Saiyan God into his base form, and can now stack it with other transformations. This means that the current Super Saiyan Goku that is fighting Beerus is far stronger than the Super Saiyan God Goku that was previously fighting Beerus. Gets even more nuts, as it's actually implied that Goku becomes even stronger. Beerus goes on to provoke Goku and bring out his anger, asking him if he truly has the power of a god within him. Many fans could interpret this statement as Beerus saying Goku has gotten weaker, but it's the complete opposite. Goku still has gotten stronger, but Beerus is trying to provoke him into showing more power. Right after this, Goku breaks free from Beerus' hold and powers up even more, with Beerus saying, "That's it," and getting into a fighting stance, followed by giving Goku an impressed smirk. Why would Beerus say that's it if Goku is getting weaker? All the signs point to Goku getting even stronger, and we are later proven correct as Goku continues to fight Beerus. Even more evidence, Beerus uses even more power and attempts to destroy Goku and the Earth. Goku drops down from Super Saiyan to his regular form, is able to destroy Beerus' supernova that was going to wipe out the Earth. Finally, Beerus tells Goku he acted the power of Super Saiyan God and completely made it his own. Yeah, Goku got calm, just the initial Super Saiyan God absorbed state that fans like to reference. For a more simpler and straightforward scale, base Goku of episode 14, Super Saiyan God post-absorption is under that, but trains he may control. Super Saiyan Blue is literally 50 times Super Saiyan. At this point are completely very evenly matched, sort of understand. Vegeta also likes if Vegeta as a word, or Vegeta was fighter or not, it's far below the time, but is on the screen. So yes, in scaling terms, this is the
The fuck?
ranking so far. I'll put it on the screen. So yeah, yes, Kaba is that strong. The same God Goku who was a threat to Dragon Ball's macrocosm absorbed that down to him and to Vegeta. Again, continued universe causes Frieza to jump to just wanted to flight the necessary form. Is above Super Saiyan 2 Kefla than the 2 Keflas. Goku Berserk, but mind you, turned to have and after original Z was able to attach him with his body and seek up against Goku his us to the point where Goku image trained Vegeta and intends he literally lost the same longest Goku has hit already. It's stronger. He was as you and his own summoning from here longer. It's very Goku for Vegeta and despite this is why that begins a Vegeta power. Keep up against Goku beat Mo infinite presence and key of absorb consistent could so bring a shoot give it up to you to change it. Depending on how you strong and plus power able to go the moment they fatigue transforming the fusion to go so hot steaming quickly how the energy run to use glow stage significant the unit than his own from and know how that seems to use it about saying I Vegeta to Beatrix doesn't allow Vegeta using too but Broly has some of tending his power level fighters. It go God Vegeta using the strong that he can Vegeta Kari Broly and gets and try to point and more express. Broly begins to team as it Super Saiyan making Super Saiyan Blue Goku brings on a shrug off EBS Broly to prevent by Broly to understand how strong base Goku is. He would be stronger, leafer, easy and then Genem at Super Vegeta's running for the Broly. Chad is sport overwhelmed. He gets to wishing to set a level in the main timeline. Its power is low into power as the uses it compared to Vegeta evolving against Gab. I form power when with arc the one shot. Have a cell max Yama. Orange Piccolo's Gohan awakened and just we then get a however the possible hope was beast form. That being doing allows Gohan to utilize Beast's maximum for a colossal burst of power and speed. Gohan himself admitted that it was the only temporary solution to drawing out his power, but found it effective for his current proficiency with Beast. Doing so also appears to drain Gohan's stamina rapidly, as he was tired out after using this power for only a brief amount of time. Beast Gohan's power alone shocks Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Goten, and everyone else present on Beerus's planet. We then jump to 103, where it's implied that even though, in terms of power, Beast Gohan is stronger, Ultra Instinct still has the advantage over Beast due to the technique itself and the precision. Not to mention, in terms of fighting, Goku is just outright better than Gohan, where this is such as his defense, Goku's accuracy instinct, on which can that, and there are numerous statements which confirm that Gohan is now the strongest again. So there you have it. Gohan is currently the strongest Saiyan alive, though his power may be surpassed once the